Yes, Arhan.
Sir, it's going well.
Okay, that's good. Yes, Arham. Assalamu alaikum. So, Arham, rational number, quadrilaterals, square roots, cube, algebra, direct and inverse proportion, factorization, and graphs. These are the chapter coming in your exam. So we guys, so far we have revised so many chapters. अभी तक बहुत से chapter हमने revise कर लिए. We have practiced good amount of questions from those chapters also, right? For example, rational number, we have practiced that practice question from that chapter right now. Am I visible or not?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, linear equation in one variable. We discussed that chapter also. Okay, now so
No,
several
sir.
chapters we haven't done that chapter.
No, sir.
We have not. Okay, so we'll be discussing that chapter also. So now what I have seen, um, you guys are having different syllabus in your exam right now. सभी की different syllabus है for the final exam. But it is very important that we revise all the chapters, because in your higher classes, in class 9th, in class 10th, in class 11th, and in 12th, if you were to opt mathematics in higher classes also, in 11th and 12th, you will require the concepts there also. Okay, no? That's why it is absolutely necessary that we revise all the chapters. Getting it, guys? Okay, no? So here's how we are going to proceed further. First of all, we'll be discussing those chapters which are going to come in exams right now, and then later on we'll be discussing those chapters which are not going to come in exam. Getting it, what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, Arham, assalamu alaikum. You aren't saying anything? Hello. I guess we're having some issues there. Yes, Ahmed. Okay, Ahmed is also here. Yeah, Ahmed, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam, sir.
Ahmed, by the way, you haven't shared your syllabus, Ahmed. Ahmed, आपने syllabus share नहीं किया अभी तक of your final exam.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
Okay, make sure you share it. Okay, now. By the way, are there 9 chapters coming in your exam? क्या total 9 chapters हैं? Like rational number, data handling, square roots. Are those chapters for your exam or not?
They are selecting, so yeah, they are.
Okay, आप ऐसा करें ना, right now in the class, if you're having your phone with you, please send the syllabus in the group. Okay, now. By the way, Arham, I can see you are having direct and inverse proportion in your final exam. ये syllabus है आपके लिए, right? Ahmed, you are also having this chapter, I think, direct and inverse proportion. Yeah, Ahmed? Yeah, walaikum assalam, Arham. Please confirm that. Okay, now.
Yes, my phone is in with me right now.
Okay. Okay. Also, one more important thing I told to others while you were not in the class. I said that we are going to revise all the chapters, whichever chapters we have studied, because in higher classes you will be fundamentals आपके strong हो. For that purpose, you need to revise all the chapters. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So today I am starting direct and inverse proportion. Yesterday we did during the last moments of the class we did revised question formulas from quadrilaterals. ठीक है? Anyways, I will be taking up that chapter later on. बाद में उसे हम discuss करेंगे. But right now, direct and inverse proportion is the chapter which I am going to start. If anyone has to say anything, please do let me know.
No.
No issues? Okay. So let's start the chapter. Direct and inverse proportion. So you guys tell me what were the different things we studied in this chapter. क्या क्या पढ़ा था हमने? Yes. Yes, Arhan, what we studied in this chapter?
Sir, we studied about direct proportion and indirect proportion. In direct proportion, the value seems to be increasing, and
Hmm.
in indirect proportion, the value seems to be decreasing.
Okay. So basically, there's an inverse relation in inverse proportion, right?
Yes, sir.
Inverse relation है. Okay. Can we have some real life examples from direct proportion and inverse proportion?
Sir,
Yes,
in
sir.
inverse proportion, the number of articles and their price. That's direct proportion.
Direct proportion. For
Yes, sir.
example, if you're having more money, you will be able to purchase more items
Yes, sir.
right now.
So number of workers and requirement for days.
Inverse.
Number of workers and then their
So
work done.
days.
Days. If there are more workers, then work will be completed in lesser time. Right, Ahmed?
Yes, sir. Inversely proportional.
So that is an inverse relation. Good. Right now. So here in the image, you can see that if you are having more money, you will be able to purchase more apples. Right now. So that is a direct
Yes, sir.
inverse. Direct or direct proportion. Okay. Is Moz here or not? Yeah, Moz. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, so we have started this chapter, by the way, direct and inverse proportion. Okay, Moz. This is in your
Yes,
syllabus
sir.
as I can see here.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
no? ठीक है. So direct proportion is basically when one quantity increases, another quantity is also increasing, right? So in our real life situation also, we get to see that we have example of direct relation between two things. For example, number of things which you are purchasing, if it is increasing, then the amount of money you have to pay will also increase. For example,
Yes,
you
sir.
purchasing 1 kilogram of apple. What if you were to purchase 2 kilogram of apple? Abhi, you had to pay 50 rupees. Now you will have to pay 100 rupees.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes,
It's
sir.
a simple relation. When one quantity increases, another quantity also increases. Okay, another example. If the speed of the car will increase, if the speed of the car will increase, then you get to see. You guys have to tell me the statement which I am giving here is, will it be showing a direct relation or will it be an inverse relation?
Yes,
Inverse
sir.
relation में क्या होता है? If one quantity increases, another
Other
quantity
decreases.
decreases. Exactly. So if the speed of the car is increased, so the time taken to reach the place, will it increase or decrease?
Decreased.
Decrease. So ये कैसा relation है?
Inverse.
Inverse relation, right? No, getting it now.
Yes, sir.
So before we jump and talk about these direct and inverse proportion, हमें variations के बारे में मालूम होना चाहिए कि what do actually we mean by variation, right? No? So you know that the value of two objects will be depending upon, if the values of two objects depends upon in such a way that the increase or decrease in the value of one object will be impacting the value of other object. इसे हम variation कहते हैं. And ये variation दो types के होते हैं. It could be direct variation and indirect variation. Okay, no?
Yes, sir.
See, so variations are, for example, if A increases and B is also increasing, right? In another situation,
sir.
if A is increasing, B is decreasing. So that is called as variation. If the change in one of the value, whether it be increase or decrease, it affects the value of other thing, other object, thereby it is called as variation. Everyone clear with this
Yes, sir.
concept?
Yes, sir.
Then we have direct proportions, right? Have a look at this one. So if someone is working for 1 hour, he gets a salary of $20. For 2 hours, he is getting $40 and so on, right now. So in this case, it obviously shows that increase in one quantity leads to increase in another quantity also. So right now,
Yes, sir.
and we have studied about proportion also, right? Proportion, we have studied about that also, no? When you, who will tell me what did we studied about proportion?
So two or more ratios are called proportion. Two or more
Hmm.
sets of Ratios.
ratios. When you compare two ratios, उसे हम proportion कहते हैं, right ना? For example, हमारे
Yes,
पास
sir.
x is to y है and let's say z is to w है, and you are comparing them using this sign of proportion. इसे sign of proportion कहते हैं ना? So that is
Yes, sir.
Yes,
proportion,
sir.
right now. So when we study about direct proportion, you can compare it in this manner. Okay, let's take two data. ठीक है, ये हम लेते हैं, ये take this one. Give me a moment.
So we can use the formula x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2.
We can use formula x1 upon y1 equals to x2
x2
upon
upon y2.
exactly, very good. Let's assume के hours work को हमने x assume किया है. Let's assume it to be x, ठीक है, and let's assume it to be y, ठीक है ना? So this will be, let's say, x1, x2, x3, x4, and this is y1, y2, y3, and y4. Okay. Proportion. Moments ago, what I told about proportion, we are comparing
Ratios.
two ratios like this. X is to y proportion, z is to w. हम दो ratios को आपस में compare करते हैं. So let's take different sets of data here, right now. So let's take x1 and let's take y1. ठीक है, ये एक ratio है, no doubt in this one.
Yes, sir.
Let me now give numbering to this one. Let's say A, B, C, and D. A अभी हमने लिया. So B will be what? B will be x2 upon y2,
Y2.
Yes, sir.
right now. Okay, now write the given values. X1 is how much? Yes, Arhan. X1 क्या है
Sir,
हमारे
it's
पास?
1.
1 है. And y1 is, guys, $20.
20.
Sir, it's 20.
20. X2 is what? Moz? X2 कितना है हमारे पास? 2, right?
Sir, 2. Yes, sir.
Exactly. And then Ahmed, y2 is how much? Yes, Ahmed. Y2 is how much? Hello.
Yes, sir. Y2 is 40.
40. Okay. When you simplify it further, so हमें
1
finally
upon
क्या
20.
मिलता है? You are getting 1 upon
1
20,
upon 20 equals
right
to 1
now,
upon 20.
right? So
Yes,
here
sir. It's always
can
constant.
exactly. Now if you were to take C also, अगर आपने C भी लिया होता है, 1 minute, C or D, whether you have taken C and D also in this, तब भी हमें 1 upon 20 ही मिलेगा. You can check that. 1 upon 20 equals to 2 upon 40 equals to 3 upon 60 equals to 4 upon 80. All of that gives a constant value. That is 1 upon 20. Getting it or not,
Yes, sir.
guys? So can't we say that in direct proportion, x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2 is a constant?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Or can I simply not say here that x1 upon y1, or let's just say it to be x upon y. X upon y, let's say हम कह रहे हैं, तो is it not giving you a constant value? X upon y is always a constant.
Yes, sir.
X में आपने कोई भी ले लिया value. Let's take x1, x2, anyone, and let's take any here, right now. So always, whether you take x2, y2, whether you take x3 upon y3, x4 upon y4, always it is giving you a constant value k. That is 120 here. ठीक है ना? So that here this is the form in which direct proportion is seen. ये form होता है direct proportion का.
Yes, sir.
Hope you guys have understood this, right? So two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if whenever the value of x is increasing, like here it is increasing, then the value of y is also decreasing in such a manner that x upon y remains constant. Everyone got this concept or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
That is clear to everyone, no? ठीक है, good. That is the symbol of proportion, no doubt in it, right now. Like direct proportion, whether you talk about direct proportion or inverse proportion, which we will come to later on in 5 minutes. So when we talk about direct proportion, where you are required to show the relation between x and y, ठीक है ना?
Yes,
x
sir.
है, y है, x increase करता है, y is also increasing, right now. So thereby there's a direct relation, there's a proportion between the two. Okay ना? So इसे हम x proportion to y के फॉर्म में लिखते हैं. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that is a symbol of proportion. When two quantities x and y are in proportion, they are written as a proportion x proportional to y. Getting it or not?
Yes,
So
sir.
ये proportion क्या? Is it not basically is proportion to? Like when you say
Yes, sir.
x is to y, इसे हम क्या पढ़ते हैं? Is to पढ़ते हैं, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
this will be
Yes,
read as
sir.
is proportion of is proportional to, is proportional to. Getting it now? So basically
Yes, sir.
x y के proportional है. Getting it?
Yes,
Hope
sir.
that is clear. Hope you guys are getting it. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
So now there will be, look at this one also. Okay, x, whether you say x proportional to y or y proportional to x, both are the same thing. So x is proportional to y or y is proportional to x. So when you remove this sign of proportion, एक constant value आती है k. See,
Yes, sir.
y is proportional to x. So when you remove this sign of proportion, so there comes equal to sign, but एक constant value आपको introduce करना पड़ेगा, that is k. So k is a constant. Getting it, everyone? So
Yes,
is
sir.
it not the same thing which I told you guys moments ago, that x upon y will be k?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है ना? Is that
Yes,
clear
sir.
to
Yes, sir.
everyone or not? Okay. Yes, Moaz, Ahmed, Arhan and Aram, everyone got this now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, further, if someone asks you to plot a graph between these two values, for example, okay, let's say that you got 100 rupees, and using 100 rupees, you can buy, let's say, 200 pencils, suppose you can buy, right? Now, when you have got 200 rupees, let's say this x-axis represents rupees you have, and y-axis
Yes, sir.
represents pencils which you can purchase from it. So, for example, x2 here is 200 अब है आपके पास. So thereby, how
Yes, sir.
much pencils you can buy? Obviously, 400 pencils you
400.
can buy, right? So clearly, when x1 increases x1 increases to 200, from 100 to 200, thereby y1 has also increased. ये direct
Yes, sir.
relation है. And when you will meet the coordinates, जब x1 and y1 को आप meet करेंगे, this will be the point you will be getting. Everyone knows to plot the graph. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir.
Huh. Right now. Good. So when you meet x2 and y2 also, so both the points, when you draw a line between these 2 points, that will further meet in the origin O. So when you plotted graph between when you plot a graph for direct proportion, so thereby you get a straight line.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Further, can I say, okay, will this straight line not be giving a constant value k? Let's
Yes, sir.
understand how. Okay, x1 upon y1 is equal to how much? x1 is 100, y1 कितना है यहाँ पर? Yes,
200.
what? 200. So thereby that gives 1 upon 2.
Yes, sir.
Now take another values. Moz, you getting it or not? Ahmed,
Yes,
Arhan,
sir.
you guys getting it now? And x2 upon y2. What are the values? 200 upon 400.
400.
Again, we are getting 1 upon 2.
1/2.
Right? So whenever it is in direct proportion, you are getting a constant value k. Take है ना?
Yes, sir.
So where the coordinates are meeting, by the way, इसे हम coordinates कहते हैं. किसी भी एक point की x and y क्या value है, x axis पे वो क्या value represent करता है, y value पर वो क्या value represent करता है, इसे हम coordinates कहते हैं.
Yes,
So
sir.
when
Yes,
you
sir.
when you divide the x1 and y1, when you divide the values given on x axis and y axis, you are always getting a constant, but ये हमेशा direct proportion में हमें देखने को मिलता है. So that
Yes, sir.
point of intersection of the values given in x axis and y axis gives you a constant value k. If anyone has having any doubt in it, please do let me know.
No, sir.
Okay, now further we will
Sir,
understand
I
what are
have
the.
a doubt.
Yes, Moz.
Sir, what is constant value?
Constant value which is not changing. A value which does not changes, that is called a constant value. In this
Okay,
case, you will getting 1 upon 2. Again, for the next values also you are getting 1 upon 2. So ये change नहीं हो रहा है. 1 upon 2 and then 1 upon 2, right? So
yes,
that
So
is
Yes,
a
what's
sir.
the
constant.
y-axis called?
okay, sir.
What is?
The y-axis called?
What the y-axis is called? We have
Yes, sir.
you have abscissa. One is called as abscissa, and then another one is
So x-axis is called as abscissa, sir.
x-axis is called as abscissa. Huh, that is correct. The second one is called as I think antecedent. Let me recall. Okay, now I will be telling you about this. Okay. So see, you will be having two methods to solve this question, to solve problems on direct proportion. One is the tabular method, another one is the unitary method. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Out of the two, you can use whichever method you find easy. Okay, no? So there is no
Yes,
restriction
sir.
on that. But if particularly in exam you are asked to solve the given question in a particular using a particular method, you have to use that particular method. See,
Yes, sir.
so far now this one which you saw over here, ये tabular form में है. X1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2. That is in tabular form. Let's understand this further. So you are provided values like a के form में हमारे पास a1 है, a2 है, a3 है, and then b1, b2, b3 like that up
Yes, sir.
to an upon bn, right now. So for example,
sir.
if you are provided a question like this, see, okay, you are provided with the cost of milk. Okay, now so the question is that the cost of 4 liter milk is 200. So 4 liter milk का price क्या है? 200 rupees है. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So further you are asked to find the price for 2 liter of milk will be how much? 3 liter will be how much? 5 and 8 how much? Right now. So that
Yes,
can be
sir.
solved in a very easy method. कि हम basically क्या करते हैं? The value liter, let's take it in the variable x and इसे y variable में हम assume करते हैं rupees को. And you know the formula x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2 up to xn upon yn. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
So using this formula, we can use you can solve it very easily. So let's
For
first of
50,
all,
it will be 250.
yes,
For 5 liters, it will be 250.
for 5 liters it will be 250.
250.
Correct. Very good. Okay, once you are able to solve any given pair now, then others will also be solved very easily. Okay. So
Yes,
let's
sir.
take for example this pair. So there again x1 is a let's this one will be x1, x2,
Yes, sir.
x3, x4 and x5. Similarly, this one is here it has been already written like y2 है, y3 है, y4, y5 like right now. So see
Yes, sir.
x1 upon this one, no, this 3. See, so this is x2. 3 क्या है? x2
Yes,
है.
sir.
So x2 upon y3 equals to x3 upon 200. That is 4 upon 200.
Yes, sir.
So thereby x2 that is already given here as 3 upon y3 equals to 4 upon 200. So thereby the value of y3 is 3 upon 4
4
into
upon
200.
600.
Yeah, not 4 upon 600. This is the way which you will be getting it in. y3 will go over here. No, actually y3 को हमने ऊपर लिख गए हैं. 200 will come this side and 4 will be down in this manner. So you are getting 150. ठीक है ना? So you are getting
Yes, sir.
150. So y3 is 150. Similarly, you can form other pairs and find it very easily like this. Okay, now There is another interesting conclusion which you guys can make here. Can you see here? Like 4 times 50 is 200, right? 3 times 50 is 150. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you from here you are getting what? 3 upon, अगर इसे हमने further value put किया, y3 हमने क्या मिला था? 150, right?
Yes, sir.
Y3 we got 150. So 3 upon 150 equals to 4 upon 200. So we are getting a constant value, that is 1 upon 50. Okay,
Yes,
na?
sir.
Now recall this formula, recall this thing. Moments ago which we discussed, that x upon y is equal to k. Okay? So if you are required to find the value of y from here, and agar aapne already constant k find kar liya, so can't I simply say that y will be x upon k? Can I say y is equal to x upon a here? Is everyone getting this or not?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Moz, you got this one? Moz, Ahmed, you guys aren't saying anything?
Yes, sir.
Did you got this? कि basically अगर हमारे पास हमें constant मिल गया है, so from if you are have already got constant and given question में value of x is given, y की value हमें find करनी है, like what is y2, y3, y4 and y5 क्या है? So
Yes, sir.
can't I just say कि y is equal to k x upon k? ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, y equals to x upon k. So you have got this, and y equals to x upon k. Okay. So let's say this one y4. So y4, can I say this is going to be 5 upon 50?
250.
No, just a
Yes, sir.
minute.
Yes, sir.
Wait over here. Y4. No, not in that manner. हमें क्या find करना था? We have to find y, right? No.
Yes, sir.
तो arrangement में यहाँ पे गड़बड़ी हुई है. Understand it in this manner. Okay. See. So let me revise this part. Erase this part. See over here. Understand from here. 4 upon 200 equals to 5 upon y upon 4. Okay, equals to 8 upon y5, and here is equal to 3 upon y3. All of them will be giving you a constant value जिसे हम k बोलने वाले हैं, because we know that it is in direct proportion. Quotient direct proportion क्या है? ठीक. So 4 upon
Yes, sir.
200, that is giving you 1 upon 50. ठीक है? 1 upon 50.
Yes, sir.
And you know that y is actually equal to k times x होगा ये. Y will
Yes,
be
sir.
k times x, because remember कि x is proportional to y. ठीक है ना? X is
Yes, sir.
proportional to y. So in order to remove this sign of proportionality, we took a constant value k, और हमने क्या लिखा था? Y is equal to k times x. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So this talking about once you have already found out k हमें क्या मिला है? 1 upon 50. Is everyone
Yes, sir.
able to relate
Yes,
this one
sir.
or not? Y
Yes, sir.
k is here 150. So you can find any y here. Let's take this one. इसकी अगर हम बात करते हैं तो y4 will simply be k into x, that is 5 है यहाँ पर x.
250.
Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So thereby y4 is equal to 50 into this. So that will be 250. Getting it,
Yes, sir.
guys? Okay, no? So in this manner, this question can be solved. Now let's take
Yes, sir.
another question where you have different. Let's take a different question like this one. कि हमारे पास क्या है? If two quantities A and B are in direct proportion, then the relation will be K equals to A upon B. K equals to A upon B. Let's understand this with this an example. K upon B, or also it can be written as K equals to A upon B. So also we can say that A equals to K into B, right? That is also true. Now, for example, a question says that a worker gets 2,000 rupees to work for 4 hours. एक worker को कितना रुपये मिलता है? 2,000 rupees to work for 4 hours. So how much
Yes, sir.
time will they work to get 60,000 rupees. कितना काम करना पड़ेगा, right? So here, if you are required to find k is equal to a upon b as per unitary method. ठीक है ना?
500.
Yes, sir.
Not 500, 1 upon 500. a हमने assume, let's say कि a हमने assume क्या है, it is the number of hours he is working for. Time is a, and the amount he is getting, let's assume it to be b. Okay now?
Yes, sir.
So a हमारे पास given है that he is working for 4 hours, so thereby he is getting how much amount? 2,000 rupees.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
it guys? 2,000 rupees मिल रहा है. Now further question says that in order to get 60,000 rupees, how much time he has to work for? So a यहाँ पर
X.
missing है, ये वाला ही, right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's first of all हम k find करेंगे. Why? Because if I were to find k, b is already given. ये b हमारे पास given है. We can use this a equals to k into b, and we can solve it in a very easy manner.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no? So by using this method, let's put the given values. So a upon b, a क्या है? Number of hours he is putting, and b is the salary of the person. So that is 4 upon 2,000, and you're getting 1 upon 500, isn't it? Any questions so far? Please do let me know. Everyone got this or not? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here you have already got k is equal to how much? 1 upon 500. So using this relation, using this derivation, now you can simply write a equals to k into b. हम ये वाला a find करें. Let's name it as a1, and इसे हम a2 name कर देते हैं, okay ना? And b1 and b2 for convenience. So हम a2 find कर रहे हैं actually, right? So a2 equals to k into b2. a2 here is going to be k into b2. So thereby k is 1 upon 500, and b2 is how much?
60,000.
60,000, right? So multiply it with 60,000,
120.
and thereby you are getting how much?
120.
120. Getting it? So you're getting 120.
Yes,
So
sir.
he has to work for 120 hours in order to get 60,000 rupees. Okay, no? So that is the answer over here is going to be 120 hours. Is everyone got is that clear to everyone or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Okay. Let's take another example for the previous question. ये जो milk वाला question था, एक और example हम लेते हैं, and let's understand it with another method as well. So for example, there's a person who, for example, in the petrol station, you go to petrol station, and there you find that cost of 4 liter of petrol is, let's say, 400 rupees है. ठीक है ना? So thereby you will first of all draw a table like this, and question is that in a petrol station, listen carefully, in a petrol station the cost of 4 liter of petrol is 400 rupees, right? So thereby you have to find what will be the cost of, let's say, 2 liters of petrol, 3 liters of petrol, और 5 liters of petrol का cost क्या होने वाला है. ओके ना? So यहाँ पर आप लिखेंगे the amount of petrol in liter and the price. Take it to be x and this one is y. So first of all write कि 400 liter हमारे पास given है, and the price is, sorry, 4 liter is given and the price is 400 rupees. Okay now. So
Yes,
4
sir.
liter and 400 rupees is given over here, right? Further also write कि 2 liter के लिए हमें find करना है what is the price for 3 liter and for 5 liter namely. Okay ना? So we know that as the liter
Sir,
will
can we solve?
increase, just wait for 1 minute, let me complete this one. I will be giving one more question. Okay now? So we know
Okay,
that as the liter of petrol purchased will increase or decrease, it will impact the price also. ज़्यादा purchase करेंगे, the price will be more. Okay. Also for convenience, we can write it as x1, x2, x3, and x4. And this one is y1, y2, y3, and y4. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And let's try to solve it. X upon y1. ये हमें क्या मिलता है? That is 4 upon 400. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
So for the first one,
1
x
upon 100.
you are getting 1 upon 100 हमें मिल रहा है. Right now? Okay. Now take this one. ये तो हमारे पास clear है. Let's find out what y2 is going to be. ठीक है? So here you get to see that 4 upon 4. Let's write it in terms of variables के terms में हम लिखते हैं. Now x2 upon y2, x2 upon y2. Okay. In order to able to find it, now you have to equate it to this ratio also. हमें इस ratio को भी equate करना पड़ेगा इसके साथ. So thereby we can
Yes,
be
sir.
not simply write it as x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2. x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2. So thereby when you solve it, 4 upon 400, x2
Sir,
is how
it's
much?
200.
Huh?
It's 200.
So thereby you will be getting obviously 200 हमें मिलेगा. So thereby it is going to be 2 upon 4 into 400, right? So y2 is getting,
Yes,
you are
sir.
getting 200 rupees. ये 100 times में cancel होगा. Getting it or not, guys? Similarly,
Yes,
you
Yes,
can
sir.
find y3 also. So now again, put what you have just got. y2 की value हमें मिली है 200, right? So guys, further now you can equate these two ratios and then you can find out y3. हम x2 upon y2 को you will be equating it with x3 upon y3.
Sir,
We know
can we
what
solve
is,
it?
you guys can solve it. We know what is x2, we know what is y2, x3 की भी value पता है. We need to find y3 only. Using the same
Yes,
method,
sir.
try to find it. Just put the value, you will be getting your answer.
Sir, I sent the answer.
Let me check that.
Sir, for both 3 and 5 meters.
Hi, you guys can, if you want to, you can solve it for y3 and for y4 also. Yes, sir, Han, that is correct. Very good. Others also solve it.
Sir, I've sent both.
Yes, sir, that is correct. Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Arham, sorry, Muaz and Ahmed.
Sir,
The relation you, yes.
for 4-liter petrols, 400 price is there, and for 200 it is for 2 it is 200, and what will be for 3?
Exactly, that's what we are required to find. What will be the price for 3 liters and for 5 liters?
Okay, sir.
Okay, take your time. So guys, x upon y, we have been getting a constant value as k. हमें constant value क्या है? K मिल रहा है. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
How many exercises are there in this chapter, by the way?
Sir, there are 2 or 3.
2 or 3 exercises are there. Okay, okay. Moments ago, we did discussed about unitary method also. वहाँ पर हमने क्या पढ़ा था? Please do let me know. क्या पढ़ा था हमने? Yes, Arham and Arhan, you guys are not doing anything right now. Please do let me know. In unitary method, what
Sir,
we
K
studied?
equals to A upon B, and then E equals to K into B.
right? Or simply we can say कि k equals to a upon b or x upon y भी हम कह सकते हैं, right? Same thing जो हमने
Yes,
पढ़ा
sir.
अभी, as I have written here. Okay, so using this you can find x also. X आप find कर सकते हैं. X will be k into y, right now. Okay,
Yes, sir.
suppose I extend this bracket further. ठीक है ना? Now let's say कि I have written 800 over here. Okay, so y5 is given. y5 हमारे पास given already, and you need
Yes,
to
sir.
find what x5 is going to be. So can't we use this one also, like you are required to find x5. So x5 will be k into y5, and k is how
Yes,
much?
sir.
K क्या मिला है हमारे पास in this one? What is k?
1/100.
1 upon 100. Very good. So 1 upon 100 times 800. Getting it now? So we are getting 8 now. So x5 is
8
8,
liters.
right now. Aram, you got this one?
Yes, sir.
Ahmed, did you got this one? By the way, Ahmed and Moaz, you guys haven't sent the answers. You guys are getting it or not? See, basically, good. Okay. Now, what? Okay, guys, pay attention to this one. X equals to k into y. Now, what if I were to extend it again further, and let's say this is now 11 and x6 is 11. Now, using this formula, find what will be y6.
So do we have to send the answer in the chat box?
Send it in the chat box.
Sir, I sent it.
Mhm.
Sir,
That is correct, Adhan.
for the liters and the price limit you're doing, right?
Yes, for the liters and
For
price.
the 11 liters, right?
For the 11 liters, you have to find what the price is going to be. See, Moz, I think कि आप नहीं समझ पा रहे हो. Moz, are you getting it or not?
Yes, sir. Little.
See, basically, it's a general thing, like without having discussed all these methods, for 4 liters, I'm getting 400 rupees. I have to pay 400 rupees. So it means for
Yes.
1 liter, I have to pay 100 rupees. ठीक है ना? So it means कि 2 liter के लिए 200, for 3 liters, it is 300, for 5 liters, it is 500, like that. So you're simply multiplying it with 100 now.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
For three, for X3, I got
You got 300. Yeah, Arham, that is correct. 1100 and 1100. Very good. Okay, guys, everyone pay attention here again. Let me say what we were basically doing here. हमें पता है in direct proportion you have a relation like this. Basically, all the ratios are equal to each other, and all of the ratio gives you a constant value k. ठीक है ना?
Yes, sir.
All the ratios are equal to each other, and that yields you a constant values k, as we discussed in this question. ठीक? Further, I did told you you can solve questions by equating any two ratios जिसमें हमें at least 3 values given हो. Right now हमें 3 values चाहिए होते हैं fourth value find करने के लिए. You need at least 3 values. Right now, so
Yes,
here
sir.
you will be equating here you will be equating x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2. क्यों हम equate कर सकते हैं? Because we know they are in direct proportion. Right now, if they were in inverse proportion, तब आप नहीं कर पाते हैं ऐसे इस तरह. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
हाँ, so x1 upon x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2. हमें y2 की वैल्यू यहाँ पर मिलती है 200, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Further, एक और मेथड हमने कहा कि there's one more method in order to find the given values just by looking at what constant we are getting. So x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2 equals to x3 upon y3. यानी कि 4 upon 400, yeah, and then 2 upon 200, and then 3 upon
200.
300. In
1
every case,
upon
we are
100.
getting
1
1
upon
upon
100.
100. So that is a constant value, right?
Oh.
So further, I'm I can sum it up as x upon y is 1/100 जो हमें हर केस में same मिलता है, that is constant. X upon y equals to a constant value. Getting it now? Right.
Yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
this
sir.
question could have been solved using this formula. ये question आपने एक बार आपने दो equations को equate कर दिया, दो ratios को equate कर दिया है, और simply see x1 upon y1. ठीक है ना? ये अगर आपको 1/100 मिल रहा है, दूसरे रेशियो में भी आपको 1/100 मिल रहा है, सो देयर बाय नाउ यू आर श्योर कि ये डायरेक्ट प्रोपोर्शन है एंड दिस इज द कांस्टेंट वैल्यू, राइट?
Yes, sir.
Now simply write whatever values are given. For example, अगर मैंने इसे एक और extend किया होता, let's say this is 9, x7 क्या है? 9 है, you have to find
Yes, sir.
y8, right? now so
900.
simply x7 upon y7 equals to k, and let's say कि you have to find y7 is what? x7 given a 9, so 9 upon y7, and k is how much? Yes, Moz, k is 1/100 now,
Yes, sir.
right? So let's write it 1/100. So y7 equals to 100 times 9, thereby we are getting 900.
So we can
Hope
also multiply it by seeing the patterns.
exactly. If you are having smaller numbers like this, just by looking at the pattern you can solve it. Okay, yeah, Ahmed, you haven't answered the questions. Yes, Ahmed? Ahmed,
Yes, sir.
you haven't answered any questions? Are you not getting it?
I am, sir. I am.
Okay. Unitary method is same as I told you over here. ये basically unitary method भी मैंने यहाँ पर include कर दिया. X upon y equals to k. Okay ना?
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? So that is also very simple. So is that proportion clear to everyone or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So basically in that proportion you studied this thing, x upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2 equals to x3 upon y3, right? Okay, now understand one more thing in this. For example, let's take x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2, right? Now do tell me, will x1 into y2 will not be equals to x2 into y1?
Yes, sir.
How? Let's take an
So
example
it's
here.
in the inverse relation.
Yes. Why it's not erasing? See over here. Now I was saying that x1 upon y1 x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2. That is what we know.
Yes, sir.
You can have an example in the corner. For example, you are having 5 upon 10 equals to 10 upon 20 हमारे पास, ठीक है? 5 has increased to 10, so thereby 10 has increased to 20, and ये constant value हमें क्या देता है? 1 upon k is 1/2. So you are getting 1/2 in both the cases, so thereby it confirms that these ratios are in direct proportion. Okay now? Now
Yes,
come
sir.
over here. So put the values. 5 upon 10 equals to 10 upon 20, and अभी थोड़ी देर पहले मैंने कहा x1 into y2 will be equal to x2 into y1.
Cross multiplication.
Exactly. So 5 into 20 equals to 10 into 10. So both are equal now. 100 equals to 100. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now. So that is another thing which you can observe over here. Right? So let's quickly
sir.
summarize what we just discussed in this. First thing we understood, x1 upon y1 equals to x2 upon y2 is a k. Okay? Further,
Yes, sir.
x1 into y2 will be equal to x2 into y1. So ये बातें हमने, we have discussed these things for direct proportion. Hope that is clear to
Yes,
everyone.
sir. Yes, sir.
By the way, Moz, you got this one now? Did you got
Yes,
this?
sir.
Very good. Ahmed isn't here right now. Now talking about inverse proportion. So we have so many situations in our life where one quantity is increasing, so thereby another quantity is decreasing. For example, when this dog is moving away from this lamp, not this bulb, so thereby brightness is decreasing. As the
Yes,
distance
sir.
from the bulb is increasing, the brightness is decreasing. So when
Yes, sir.
one quantity is increasing, another quantity is decreasing, or vice versa, then that is called as an inverse proportion, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
that is the thing over here. So how do we represent it? How do we represent it?
Say x1 upon y1 equals to y2 upon x1 x2.
X1 upon
So x1 upon y1 equals to y2 upon x2.
no,
Yes,
on
sir.
the contrary, it
X1
is
upon
this.
X2, Y1 upon Y2.
See, it is x1 upon x2 equals to y2 upon y1.
Oh, yes, sir.
Actually इस format में होता है. Okay, now let's start from the beginning. Otherwise, others will be getting confused. Those who haven't studied the chapter yet. So we said that when one is increases and that leads to decrease in another quantity, that is called as inverse proportion, right? But the
Yes, sir.
ratio of the respective values, have to be the same. Have to be the same.
Yes, sir.
Let's understand how. By the way, am I visible or not?
Uh, you are, sir.
Okay. So the ratio of the respective values will be same here. So for example, if A and B will be inverse proportion, so thereby K equals to A into B. How? For example, 15 artists can make a statue in 48 hours. 15 artists taking time 48 hours. So thereby, how many artists will be required to do the same work in 30 hours? 30 hours में हमें कितने artists चाहिए? Okay. So now, before we solve this question, we know the relation. हमें relation पता है. When x and y are in inverse proportion, so thereby x is inversely proportional to 1 upon y, right?
Yes, sir.
So for example, keep this example aside for a moment. Let's understand that you are, for example, take this example. Like as the time is increasing, the freshness of the vegetable is decreasing, right?
Yes, sir.
So let's assume the freshness of vegetable as x and time as y. Okay, now,
Yes,
and there
sir.
is an inverse relation between the two, right? So if the y is increasing, so thereby x will be decreasing. If y
Yes, sir.
that is time is increasing, so x that is the freshness of the vegetable that is going to decrease. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If your expenses are more, that is x. If x is more, thereby savings will be less. Y is less, right now. If you purchase more toys, if you are purchasing more toys, thereby you will be having less free space in the room. Getting it
Yes,
now?
sir.
So there is an inverse relation between the two, right? So x is inversely proportional to 1 upon y. And here again, you will get to see that this sign of proportion can be replaced by a constant k. So thereby
Yes, sir.
x equals to k into 1 upon y. So x equals to k upon y. X equals to k upon y. While in direct proportion, we were having this. We were having x upon y equals to k. X upon y
Yes, sir.
equals to k. But here you are having x equals to k upon y, or we can say k equals to x into y.
Yes, sir.
Is everyone getting this one or not?
Yes, sir.
Is Ahmed in the class? Arham, you got it? Moaz?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
only you two are there in the class. Moaz and Arham. See, so that is the thing. So let's say this is x and you y here. This is x and this is y. So let's say this is x1 and this is y1. X2
Yes, sir.
and y2. Right now. So let's
Yes, sir.
see, let's understand this one. So x1 into x2. will be equal to y1 into y2. Will be equal to y1 into y2. How? So for example, let's again take another example. For example, now that 10 persons are able to finish a piece of work in 20 hours, right? So
Yes, sir.
thereby 20 persons will be able to finish that piece of work in 10 hours,
Yes, sir.
right now. And when you
Yeah.
multiply these with each other, 10 times 20, 20 times 10, so thereby you are getting the same value 200 in both the cases. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So here again you can do the same thing. X1 is 15, X2 is unknown, Y1 is 48, Y2 is 30, right now. So now it is 48 times 30 upon 50. 15 twos are 30. So X2 is 96. Getting it or not? So in order
Yes,
to
sir.
complete the same piece of work in 30 hours, 96 artists are required. How
Yes,
many?
sir.
96
96.
artists are required. Okay, now.
Yes, sir.
X2, it's 48 into 30, huh? Okay, now. So the
Yes,
relation
sir.
which we just concluded from this one over here, that the relation is such that, by the way, oh wait 1 minute, wait 1 minute. No, actually यहाँ पे हमने mismatch कर दिया. Just keep 1 minute. 96 hours is too much. See, basically यहाँ पर जो relation होगा ना, don't consider this example. No. See, the relation is such that ना x and y हम लेते हैं यहाँ पर. K equals to x into y. Okay, no? K equals to x into y. So thereby always x1 into y1 will be giving a constant relation. हमने x1 into x2 कर दिया था ना? Yes?
Yes, sir.
I just missed
Yes.
that. So that is x into y होना चाहिए. So thereby the relation that we'll be taking now, it is this. x1 into y1 equals to x2 into y2. Okay, no? So thereby it will be 15 into y1, that is 48. X2 is unknown. So x2 into y2. Y2 is how much?
Equal to 24.
30. Exactly. So thereby x2 will be 15 into 48 upon 30. Thereby it should be 24. Okay, now.
Yes,
So
sir.
let me sum it up what we just discussed. In the case of inverse proportion, you get to see that x is
Sir,
inversely
how will
proportional
it?
to y.
So it should not be 24.
No, actually it will be 24. Be 24 होगा. Okay, now I didn't had a look at कि mistakenly मैंने x2 ले लिया था यहाँ पर. It should have
Sir,
been
but like
x into y.
if 15 artists do it in 48 hours,
Hmm.
then 24 should be even more, right?
No. If the number of workers working are increased, then they will be taking lesser amount of time now. Understand? If one
Oh, yeah,
quantity is
yeah.
increasing, another quantity will be decreasing here. Inverse relation
Yes,
है
sir.
यहाँ पर. It's not the
Yeah.
direct relation, okay, no?
Yes,
So
sir.
that is the thing. So x is inversely proportional to y, meaning that y increases, x decreases, or x increases, so y decreases, right? So when you
Yes,
remove
sir.
this sign of proportionality with k, you are having x equals to k upon y like this. So k को क्या
Yes,
मैं
sir.
y x into y लिख सकता हूँ, right? And when you will be having two different ratios, दो ratios हैं आपके पास, like this k.
Yes, sir.
Like you have having two ratios, like x1 है, y1 है, x2 है, y2 है, right? No?
Yes, sir.
So thereby earlier हम क्या करते थे? We are equating it now. In direct proportion,
Yes,
you were
sir.
equating and you were writing it as equals to k, but no.
Yes, sir.
Here it is written in this manner कि हम इसे multiply करते हैं. x1 will be multiplied with y1, okay, and then equated with x2 into y2. Okay, no? So
Yes,
hope
sir.
that is clear, and that will give you a constant value k. Okay, so
Yes,
that
sir.
is the thing.